I'd like to welcome all of you to the Saturday session again. Good morning to those of you in the West. For me, it's evening or night. Today, we're going to speak about the yoni. When we speak about the yoni, unlike what they known in the West and in the New Tantra world, that the yoni is the vagina. It's not just the vagina. It is the whole reproductive organs. On the other hand, you can say it's connected to the whole woman rather than just the vagina. But when you talk about reproductive organ again, it cannot be taken away from the rest of you, because the womb is the base where you create a soul to be a human. You give a passageway to a soul to come to this world through you, that is the one that gives you that nature, the mother nature in you. First of all, you all have to remember that you are very powerful and you have the most important role in the universe, in the cycle of life and death. So don't underestimate yourself. Don't say, oh, I'm a woman, it's okay. You don't have to say okay anymore. The women of the old days never said okay. 5,000, 6,000 years ago. That is why men decided to control you. They changed it. They changed religious teachings, scripture. They tried very hard in India as well. But unfortunate for them, the majority of the population were farmers. India was more an agriculture country. And the peasants and the farmers, they worship the mother. They worship the earth. Okay, Mother Earth is fertility, and then they worship the mother of fertility. They worship the rivers as mother. Water is related to mother. So in everything, it's a woman. It's a mother. Not just a woman, but a mother. So that is what you represent on earth, whether you have children or not, whether you're a 1-year-old girl or you're a 99-year-old woman, you still represent motherhood because your womb allows you that. A lot of women, the womb is no more healthy. That we will talk about how to bring that health back again and why the womb gets unhealthy. Now we talk about the wiring. So from the womb, it goes to the breast. Your breast represents nurturing and feeding life, okay? The child doesn't go and eat straight away after being born, an apple and grow. It needs your milk, okay? So your milk is the one that gives the baby life, sustaining nutrition, but also opens up your nurturing it. It takes a lot for you to be a breastfeeding mother. Imagine in a hot country where you're sweating and your child is on your breast and stuck to your body. You'll be sweating all over but the mother doesn't care about it. She feeds the child until the child starts growing teeth and start biting, and then you have to stop. The pain is too much. A lot of mothers, and some mothers like my wife, went through and then carried on, taught my daughter how to stop biting and carried on. My daughter slept with us for a long time. So the question here is, so then you have your wiring that goes to that. And then when the child is in your body, the child's DNA has to be written. For that, information about the child will have to come through you. So it opens up your crown chakra. That's why whenever you look at a woman who's pregnant, she looks so beautiful. There's a godly divineness looking at. She will look divine while she's pregnant. Then her character slowly comes back, a normal character, because she doesn't know how to sustain that. There are not all women. There are a lot of women who are not ready to be mothers. They still want to be in a work life. They still want to do a lot of things, or they marry a husband who can't support them. No woman should marry a man that cannot provide, because the first few years of a child, the woman has to be at home. How can she take care of the child and also work? So someone has to be deprived. Who gets deprived? The child. The mother will still fulfill her ego need because she wants to have her own money. She said, I'm educated. Why would I have to depend on my husband every day for money? I like my own money. So she thinks she's got to be employed and she needs to be independent. Okay, in a lot of countries, circumstances has been such that you have to be independent. But if you go out with this uncivilized person who has no consciousness of what it means to have a family, why he got married to start with. You didn't get married to get free sex every day or to have a home and have someone take care of you. Because today, a lot of women don't know how to take care of a home either. So if you ask them to sweep your floor, you find that you come back, you need to sweep it again. Just a simple task as that. Or in modern days, if you have carpet, you can't see what dust is underneath that carpet. So they take the vacuum cleaner and go very fast and clean the floor. So this is the problem we have today's society, okay? Those of of you who are married and have, like Janine, she's already a grandmother. Like Jennifer is still got 2 kids and trying to make a living. And the thing is that she's still married, so it's good. So we have to sort of decide what we want and how important the children is. Okay, now we come back to the things. So the breast is the feeding, the nurturing, the life sustaining. Then the third eye, the navel is where you bring in information between the navel and the crown chakra. The planets also write your DNA. Plus, there are 8 goddesses inside the womb, what elves? Yeah, elves who make put your nose, your mouth, your teeth, everything. Not your teeth yet, sorry. Your hair and everything. They engineer your body. If the energy of the elves are low, or the wisdom goddesses are low, then the child is going to come out either with autism, any of the common illnesses. A lot of child they become special needs when they're very low. When it's medium low, you find that the child is not so advanced. When the parents are beautiful, sweet parents, husband and wife are really together, and you find the children come out like divine. Sometimes when you look, I don't know whether you all watch the America Got Talents, or you're in England, Britain Got Talent. Sometimes you find a 5-year-old child comes and performs like an adult. I saw the other day a 6-year-old boy playing piano, a blind woman, singing, and another one who's deaf singing like an angel, only feeling from what she can feel from the ground, from her feet. So these are children that are born to mothers who have certain quality that are pronounced in their womb, that the child takes from. So those who abuse the yoni, like they have huge number of relationships. I don't talk about sex is bad or good, but what I'm talking about, the relationship that you have with men that you have not seriously decided to have. Love is something that grows within 2 people. Then from there, we need to recognize and love these people that we are with. Before we sit down and say we want to have sex, even before that, before you want to have sex with someone, there must be, because there is an energy exchange. What do you think a lot of women don't have orgasm when they have sex? Because they don't love the person that they're having sex. The energy of love gives you the first orgasmic move. Then the physical contact gives additional energy, and you can have orgasm without sex. So this fantasy about having sex, the sexual orgasm is only few minutes. Orgasm without sex is days. Orgasm that you feel when someone sounds you, yoni, worships you, yoni, is enormous. So there's different, they are pure love. And you don't need to say, or you don't need to have that person as your partner to share that pure love. You can share that pure love with anyone, because there is no sexual relationship. You're making love with each other without sex. And the ones who actually open up to the energy have full orgasms. But it's a permanent, it stays permanent. Some it takes longer. Some it might even take a month before they start having the movement. And there's no sex, there's no stimulation of the yoni, there's no nudity, nothing. Pure worship, what I call meditative lovemaking. Then you experience full body orgasm. That's why, like a lot of time, when I ask people to come, I ask them to come for 30 days. If they want to experience, if they want the whole womb to be awakened, everything, that means you start feeling that love within me. You can't find love from another person, Jennifer, you can't make your husband give you love. It has to be from you. That love feeling is your personal feeling. You have to awaken your body. You have to find the rhythm of your body working. That is why, remember, when you do mantras, I say be conscious how the sound travels in your body. When you do that, that sound has to travel down to your vagina. In that way, you're connecting the 2 nadis that run from your throat chakra to your vagina, to the pubic bone. That's the beauty about women, again. This is how you're powerful. For men, you have the testicles and the lingam as an obstacle. And we had a conversation yesterday. What if a man changes himself to a woman? Then he actually enjoys all the energy. The energy is easier to flow in him than with the lingam and testicles, because he's changed his role. He's changed his role as a vessel rather than something, like that would inject you with sperms. But he wouldn't have all the qualities he wouldn't have the womb fully functioning. Like both men and women have everything similar. But what makes a woman different is that her breast grows and the lingam is only a small piece. Like clitoris is the lingam of a man. And you have an opening that a man doesn't have because his opening is very small. So you need, and then how do you not worship on your own? Okay, with me, if you come, it's going to cost you 135 a day, and 1 month is quite a bit of money. But the work is very important and it's worth the money. I mean, my rate has not changed for a long, long time. But otherwise, you can learn how to do it yourself, but you got to work hard. It's not about doing in a half an hour, 1 hour, half an hour, you won't achieve much. Okay, when you do 2 hours a day and focus your mantras to go into your heart chakra, to go into your throat chakra, your navel chakra, and then your base chakra, and then you will find the energy. That's why whenever you do any mantra, like when you do, like for instance, when you do Ganesh, you do first you're activating your third eye. At the same time, your throat chakra, okay? So the whole area from the third eye to your throat chakra has been activated. You go, then you have your heart chakra, you go, you got to remember that the amount of time length you do the HRI has to go up to your heart so that you can feel the sound when you do the it vibrates in your heart chakra. If it doesn't vibrate in your heart chakra, then you're just making noise. You do Shreem and then you do Reem. Now you're doing the third mantra is Clean. You're taking it down to your vagina. Kama. So in everything there's pleasure, okay? Even when you're talking about God, pleasure comes into play. That's why a lot in the West they say use your sexual energy. But that also opens up your womb, opens up your yoni. Then when you brought the sound down to your vagina, then you're going glum. This will go to your base. When you do that, glum. But when you do the glum, you got to pull in your navel. Then the sound goes down to your navel. And then when you do the M, it goes into the base chakra. Gang! Ganapadaye Namaha Om. So you need to work on that force of the glum and gang going to your base chakra because Ganapati resides in the base chakra. So in a way, by doing Ganesh alone first, you're already connecting your third eye to your base chakra. So you're opening all the channels and you hope that it'll become stronger and stronger so that it clears all the cobwebs in your spine. That's the only obstacles that he removes. Okay, there's another mantra that you should always do if you want to work with your yoni energy. I'm. Then when you do that, clean. Clean. So again, you're connecting your third eye to your yoni. So this is something I didn't come up with, okay? This is what is there. I'm only looking at each of the bija mantras, what it means, and how they have to travel. See, when you look at yoga or videos on YouTube, they go, Om Aim Kleem So Kleem Aim Om. Okay, when you do it that way, everything is within between your throat and your heart. And that also in a very soft manner, not as strong. Try it. Give it a go, and then we carry on. Do the Om Aim Kleem Sao first, the long way, and then the one that I did just now. Om Aim Kleem Sao Kleem Aim Om. First one you do Om Aim Kleem Kleem I'm You can do one, you can put one in your heart chakra and one in your yoni, or one in your throat and one in your yoni. Which one do you like to do is up to you. And make sure you all are smiling, okay? Jennifer, you're normally good in smiling. Where's your smile? Janine, how did you feel?
Yeah, it felt really good. I could just feel a lot of energy waking up the yoni, and I actually did the mantra yesterday when I was chanting and really felt a lot of energy.
Maria.
Quite amazing. And I feel more activated than usual, especially in the region of the yoni and the heart.
Yeah.
I was holding the mudra, and also I feel the movement. There's more movement. Most of the time, I don't get it this fast. I need to be 30 minutes in meditation, in mantra meditation, before I feel this level of energy.
Jennifer.
I agree that I felt the energy strong right away. Usually it takes a lot longer for that to happen. I felt a lot also like heart yoni. I felt a lot like moving downwards when I was saying it.
Yeah, you need to learn to respect the power of your yoni and the power of sound. I mean, most men want that energy. That's why it was difficult for them to get the energy, because you're wired in such a way that the kundalini in you can rise very fast, very easily compared to a man. A man has to sweat, learn, do mantras every day, and then if he's lucky, the energy would move. I mean, well as for women, but whereas Mother Kundalini will wake in you a lot faster. From your vagina opening, the Muladhara is only a finger away, okay? Your Muladhara is only a finger away. You can touch it, virtually touch it. Whereas the man, it's all congested. You can go into a nice world of meditation and come back and still remember it. A lot of men, when they come back, it's like it's cut off completely. So the question is this: how much time you want to give yourself to doing this, and whether you want to make this your life, want to make spiritual life your main focus, which means you need to spend a lot of time. See, this one you can move the energy, but I would not advise you to do every day, because you need to open up and cleanse all the other areas as well, like your throat chakra, your navel, and everything else. Okay, if you want to be in a mental home, just focus on this only, because then you'll move the energy of the kundalini energy without cleansing your throat, your heart, your navel. So that's why a lot of the mantras, if you remember the last few weeks, I do mainly a lot of time with your Kali. Kali is basically to get rid of all the demons inside of you. We all are good collectors of demons. We pride ourselves to collect demons with our ego, the I, me, and mine, the poor me, all of the syndromes. Because remember that you are a goddess. Remember that within you, Kali is always within you. You're a powerful, powerful being. Whatever work you do, remember that you're a powerful being. Don't let your work govern you. You should govern the work, because there's plenty in the world, okay? But first you have to regain your power. You have to smile and feel love. That thing has to be in you. I mean, we all have trouble. I'm 80 years old. The last few days, I was running between my bed and the toilet. And then from my toilet to my sink to vomit, and I was going through the cycle. And last night and today has been good. So the question here is this: if I didn't have the power, I would be still in bed. At 80, if you get anything like this, it really takes a toll. But for me, been walking around, doing a bit of things, not a lot. But a lot of time people around me forget that I'm 80. They don't see me as 80. So they think I should be doing what they all can do. I can do half, 3/4 of what they can do. Yes. So what about you three ladies? None of you are 80 yet. What is your affirmation to yourself? The journey is long, okay? Do you want to remain powerful all your life? Or you want to wither and say, oh, poor me, I'm dead, I'm dying. Okay, then when you want to live that life, you need that commitment. You need to know how to do mantras and be conscious when you do mantras. Like sometimes I hear this to my 2 Italian students. They're doing mantras. And sometimes I feel like walking down there. What are you doing? You have to be conscious. You've got to take your time. You've got to breathe between each Bija mantra. It's very, very important. When you go, like you do Kali, you go, Kareem. Now you got to know where you want the sound to travel to. You just don't do the sound cream. You want the sound to travel from your third eye, your throat, and your heart chakra. So if it's not going in that journey, then you know the sound is not done in the proper way. Then you go, cream, cream. So when I do the 3 creams, I can feel it in my third eye, my throat chakra, and my heart chakra. Okay, because I want her to get rid of the demons in my throat chakra. For all this, I want to get rid of the clouds around my heart. Every time you get defeated in a love affair, you forget that love affair failed, not you. So you don't go into bitterness because you lost a love affair. Because when you remember that you cannot turn the tap on. You're either in love or you're not in love. Because the love is about loving yourself, not your partner. Your partner is your tool to express that love. Your partner is not going to make you feel love. You see, this is where if you can't feel orgasm when you're with a man, just by being with him, and the minute he touches you, you already start getting the waves of energy. If you can't feel that, then don't blame him, blame yourself. Then know that you have a lot of clouds around your heart. You're not ready to express love yet. Then you work on clearing the heart. Your hands got to be warm and beautiful. Your heart area has to feel warm and beautiful. Your coccyx has to be warm when you feel love. You know the story of Adam and Eve in the Bible? They talk about the serpent telling Eve to eat the apple in the middle of the Garden of Eden. Basically, the serpent is your spine. So when you feel sexually aroused, your navel becomes very hot. Then your vagina gets very hot. Okay, you can transmit the energy to go upwards, or you need sex very bad. So people who are not spiritually aware that this happens to them, then they seek sex. Eventually, the energy of their yoni becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. Then you need your vibrators, you need all sorts of crazy things to keep you feeling the same feeling. And then people like me who sound the yoni will find it very big challenge to get that. For me, if I can make everyone, all the women's kundalini arise and make them powerful women in society, for me, that's the biggest honor, because you know what? That would make a change in this world. We can't have patriarchal rule the world. We need the matriarchal to have equal say in the world. But to have that, because only a mother knows the need of another mother. Men don't know the need of Mother Earth. They talk about it. They talk about planting trees. They talk about this. They talk about that. But in reality, they don't feel the earth because they don't bleed as well. So you have the opportunity to feel the earth, to become one with the mother of nature, Mother Earth. You have the power to go to the river and hear the sound of the river, feel the om that the river makes. You can hear it. All of that would open to you when you reach out to yourself, and it's very easy for you to reach that level. Then, so when you do the Kali mantra you want the cloud in your throat chakra to go away. You want your throat chakra to clear with a cream, and you want your third eye to open. Then you have the cream. You see the sound cream, I do with a different tone. With the sound cream, I do with a different tone. With the cream, I want the sound to go third eye, throat, and heart. With cream, I want it to go straight to the heart. So I go cream, cream. So I do the HRI in a way that it goes down to the heart, not from the throat to the third eye to the heart. I can do the same. I can go, but I do because I want the nature to change. Cream is a very powerful, strong nature. Hirim is a nicer, softer nature. And Shreem is even softer. So you need to also understand the nature of the different sounds. And you need the sound to travel in such a way that it makes a lot of difference in your life. Then when you do that, hum, hum, you take it down to the navel. So you've cleared your heart. You made your heart feel. Are you looking for your cat, Janine? Yeah, you got to remove the energy of your past from your navel with the hum. So you got to pull the navel in, hum, hum. So you see the pressure that the hum will create. It's a fire. It also builds your digestive fire. It fills the fire in your yoni as well. You need a lot of fire in you. Then you go Dakshini, Kalike, then you take the sound down to the base chakra. Okay, and then you take again the sound from the base to the third eye. When you all have gone with me for a year or so, then I'll bring you the reverse of all the mantras that can move another way the energy. Because energy is the mantras are the Bija mantras are basically the seed sound of all the different goddesses. So you want them to dance in different parts of your body. But in their dancing, they clear your body as well. They clear the energy in your body. And then they rewrite your DNA. Sound can rewrite the DNA. Remember that. I mean, the Hindus knew it, at least from record, 403, not 2000, 403. Bodhidharma wrote about DNA and how he wrote about how you can change, how you can activate DNA from your, your ancestors or your previous life. I mean, and today in the West is still researching on DNA. I mean, only last year, I think, they found that your vagina is connected to your lips, your tongue, okay, which means your throat chakra. And that was, the year before. Then last year they said the way you think is how your vagina behaves. This is also a long time ago. I think I wrote it if I go 10, 12 years ago on my website, Tantric Goddess, I've written about it. After 10 years, I just started updating it. So the question here is this: you have to know. You have to know what you want in your life. You have to commit yourself. Most important is you commit yourself in the sense that every time when you're driving your car, when you're in the toilet, when you're having a shower, you don't have to sit down and make time for 2 hours straight if you can't. Most of you can. Can't you, Maria?
I can, and this is what I mostly try to do, 1 hour in the morning. And
you have to do it one go.
In one go? No, I haven't done yet in one go.
Because you know what? You peak the energy. When you break it into 2 sections, if that's the only way you can, do it. But if you can discipline yourself to actually wake up earlier and do it in one go, it's better. You see, like what I do at night when I'm going to bed, I do it mentally because I don't want too much energy to move my body. So I do mentally, then I go into the peaceful stage so that I have the memory of, if in case I don't wake up the next day, I still leave this earth with that memory. So when I come back, I don't have a waiting period. Like some people start learning about mantras and about spirituality when they're 40, 50. I don't have to wait that long. I want to be like Adi Shankar. The minute I'm born, within 9 years old, I become a genius. That's my hope. But who knows? See, if I become genius like Jesus Christ, Adi Shankar, Buddha and all that, then I survive for in 30 years, I finish my work and I leave and I don't come back. You understand? That doesn't mean any one of you 3 cannot achieve that either. As a woman, you have a better chance of achieving it because you're wired that way. You're a lot more sensitive because you need to be sensitive. So there's a plus mark to it and there's a minus mark to it. The minus mark to it is if you're not careful with yourself, you become a victim to all sorts of illness. If you're conscious of yourself and you're conscious of your power, then you find that you're not a victim to all the illnesses. There are certain illnesses that will come because of your age, wear and tear. Other than your wear and tear, you're basically still very strong. It doesn't matter what happens to your body in the long run. It matters whether you are strong within you, whether you know where you're going. Okay, let's have question time and then we'll do some mantras.
I have questions about planetary mantra. I don't know if it's a good idea to ask the questions right now, but
you can ask since it's question time.
Yeah, so I've been practicing every day all planetary mantras. This is something that I've been doing for quite a while, using other types of mantras, and I don't always know how to hold the mudras when I'm practicing the mantras. I noted from the video from the website, some videos from the website where
the mudras
blessed, where the mantra should be. For example, yesterday was Friday, so I did the Venus mantra, and I just hold the mudra on the heart. Yeah. So, but I just did it. I was not sure it's the right thing to do. Today is Saturn. I didn't know what to do, where to hold the mudra. So I did it on the.
No. Saturn is to your base chakra.
Okay, so where should I hold the mudra for Saturn? To my base chakra directly.
I have your email, isn't it? I'll send you a chart I have on all where each of the planets, each of the goddesses is, so you know where to put. So where did you get your mantras from?
From your YouTube, actually.
Okay, now learn one thing. when you do mantras, you want the sound to penetrate the areas that they need to penetrate. You understand? Whereas the
Yes.
YouTube one, a lot of things is more singing. Like your normal bhajans that you go to yoga centers and all that, you learn. You say, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namo. Now that's good. It's good to do. Hymns are only good for fun, okay? But mantras are different. When you do mantras, you speak the mantra. When you go, Reem. You do it, not Reem, Kleem, Aim. You don't do that. Like you don't do Om, Aim, Kleem, so, Kleem, Aim. Oh. You tried that, didn't you? Did you feel a lot when you do that way?
I stopped doing that. Still, I've learned through your teachings how to do the bijas. But I always felt there should be another way of doing them. But still, now I know. But yes, back in the day, this is how I used to do it.
Yeah.
And it's different.
No,
it feels good. It feels good, and
Oh, it feels
then
good.
it's gone.
I mean,
Yeah.
I used to remember when I lived in the West, I go when there's like temples, I don't go there because a lot of them know, a lot of my relatives and, people from my town will all be there, and they have a very nice way of hurting. They'll tell your parents wrong things and your parents don't know. And they gossip things. So I try to avoid them. Like when I lived in Australia, I lived in the Western society. I didn't live with the Indian community or any of the communities, because then everything you do, they get twisted and goes back home. And my poor family would for no reason worry about me. And I don't want to keep justifying my life. Anyway, so just make sure that you don't do mantras for the fun, like what's in the videos. You have every time you open your mouth, it has to have a purpose. Where is the purpose? Where you want to reach? Like when you do the sun, you can do it in the heart. Or when you do this run, like Harim. When you do the Hrim, 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 you want the sound to go on your right side of your body. Suryaya Namaha Om. And then when you do this, the moon, okay, if you really do a proper moon mantra, you get the Om, Aim, Kareem, Kleem, a cream, K-R-I-M, Kali, not the Kleem, okay?
Yes.
Cream, because she is also the Kali is in the dark house of the moon. Matanji is in Tripura Sundari is in the bright side of the moon. Okay, you got to know these things. And then you do the mantra, there's a purpose. Otherwise, you listen to the YouTube. That's why they say you need a guru. You need someone you go and learn from. YouTube is a bit dangerous sometimes very good. I have quite a number of mantras on YouTube, but I never teach this way on YouTube. I give them the mantras and that's all. Because if anything goes wrong, I'm responsible. The karma goes on me for giving them all the techniques. So what I share with you, what I share with my students who come to me on a weekly basis, I do on one-on-one. I have Janine there that's been doing it for years, and I have other students, because the mantra's got to keep changing. Because as you keep doing it, the mantra's got to change. So you're fortunate that I do this Saturday program where you can learn from. The only thing is just I don't hear you doing it to correct you. So you need, it's a one way, because otherwise, like at one time there was 10 of them. Imagine getting 10 people to sort of, and then suddenly all the men disappeared. The time changed and I didn't change the time, and they didn't tell me what they wanted. So I didn't do anything. So they all disappeared. So now I have all women. So we can have a different approach to the whole tantra, more what is good for women and what women can do. Anyone else with any questions? Okay. No? Okay.
About Tripura having mantra, I am not sure how to say it. The Om, I understand it's always going to the third eye. The
It's still on the third eye.
It's still on the third eye.
Yeah.
And now the Kleem, I send it all the way down.
Yep.
And the Sao, I don't know how to do it.
Sao is the same thing. Same all the way down as well. So once you taken with the Kleem down, then when you do the Sao, you send the sound down to the bottom to the Yoni as well. And then when basically you want to actually even go further, take it to the base chakra.
Okay.
Because she is with Mother Kali in the base. She's the matured form of Mother Kali or Tripura Sundari. So there is Bala Tripura Sundari, which is a baby, okay? Then the Tripura Sundari, who is a 16-year-old girl, ready for marriage and waiting to join with Shiva, because she can only marry Shiva. So she's got to pine for him. Because like Vishnu, the mother also comes to earth, and she comes to earth and goes back to heaven again. But the most important of all, we are the microcosm macrocosm. All the gods and the planets are in the macrocosm. So what is in the macrocosm is also within the microcosm. So it's no point of looking for God up there. So singing out loudly to God in heaven is not going to make you a saint. You've got to awaken them within yourself. Then you feel them. Bhairavi would be the same as doing Bala Tripura mantra. Om I'm, or the Yoni mantra. Om I'm clean, Sao clean, I'm Om. So the way you take the Sao down, Sao Tripura Bhairavi Swaha. And you can drag the Tripura Bhairavi even longer than I just now did. Anything that you can give a lot of the M, a lot of that humming sound, like the residual sound, when you play an instrument, when you click the instrument, there is a residual sound that goes through the instrument. That residual sound is what you want to create. That is the one that makes the ripples in the ocean within your body, because your body is like an ocean, all full of water. You want this ripple to spread. Any more questions, my dear? Shreem Harim Klim Glum Gan Ganapadaye Namaha Om Shreem Harim Klim Glum Gan Ganapadaye Namaha Om Shreem Harim Klim Glum Gan Ganapadaye Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Om Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Dakshinamurti Prachodayat Om Hrim Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Dakshinamurti Prachodayat Om Harim Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Dakshinamurti Prachodayat Om Brahm Brahaspade Namaha Om Brahm Brahaspade Namaha Om Brahm Brahaspade Namaha Om Harim Shivananda Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. Om Harim Shivananda Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. Om Harim Yogaswami Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. Om Harim Yogaswami Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahe Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. Om Kareem 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 Harim Hum Dakshani Kalike Kareem 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 Harim Harim Hum Swaha. Om Kareem 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 Hareem Hareem Hum Dakshani Kalike Kareem 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 Hareem Hareem Hum Swaha. Om Kareem 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 Hareem Hareem Hum Dakshani Kalike Kareem 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 Hareem Hareem Hum Swaha. Next is Bhuneswari, to the heart. Om Hareem Shreem Hareem Aim Bhuvaneswari Swaha. Om Hareem Shreem Hareem Aim Bhuvaneswari Swaha. Om Hareem Shreem Hareem Aim Bhuvaneswari Swaha. Next is Kamlami. Shreem Hareem Shreem Aim Kamlamika Swaha. Shrim, Grim, Shrim, Aim, Kamlamika Swaha, Shrim, Harim, Shrim, Aim, Kamlamika Swaha, Aim, I'm clean. Clean. Okay, my dear goats, did you have a good time with me today? Good morning to all of you, and I'll see you all again next week. See you again. Bye.
Right.
Vanakkam.
Vanakkam.
Vanakkam.